He carried water for 20 years and still died with nothing. This is the story of the hardest working donkey in the valley and the lazy fox who quietly outlived him. Have you ever worked so hard that you forgot why you started? You wake up tired, you sleep tired, you keep moving because stopping feels dangerous. But deep down, a quiet voice whispers, "Why am I still poor? Why am I still here?" That voice, the old donkey never listened to it, not once. The sun rose slow over the dry valley. Mist hung above the river. Dust covered the cracked path leading to the village. And there he was, the brown donkey, two heavy wooden buckets strapped to his sides, hooves dragging through the same trail he had walked since he was young. Drip, 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 water splashed onto the stones. His back was bent, his ears drooped, but his eyes still believed that one more trip would change everything. 20 years passed like one long afternoon. The donkey carried water from the river to the farm every single day, morning, noon, sunset. Through summer heat that cracked his hooves. Through winter winds that froze the buckets to his fur. Through rainstorms that turned the trail into thick brown mud. The other animals watched him. The crows whispered from the fence posts. The goats stopped chewing as he passed. "He's the hardest worker in the valley," they said, "but why is he still so thin?" Then one spring, a young red fox arrived. He was small, quiet, and by the donkey's standards, lazy. The fox sat by the river for days, just watching, just thinking. The donkey snorted as he passed. "Lazy little thing, he'll starve by winter." But the fox wasn't sleeping. He was seeing something the donkey never had time to see. While the donkey carried bucket after bucket, the fox began to dig. A small ditch, then a longer one, then a curving channel of smooth stones lined along the slope from the river down toward the farm. It took the fox 3 weeks. The donkey worked all 3 weeks too, sweating, aching, never stopping long enough to look up. And then one quiet morning, water began to flow. On its own, down the channel, straight into the farm troughs. No hooves, no buckets, no bent back. Just water moving while the fox rested under a tree. The farmer smiled, he patted the fox. And he stopped calling the donkey. The donkey stood at the edge of the trail, buckets still strapped to his sides. He watched the water flow past him without his help. For the first time in 20 years, he was still. The wind moved through his thin gray mane. A single bucket slipped from his back and rolled into the dust. He didn't chase it. He just stared at the river, the same river he had crossed 10,000 times, and finally understood. He had been moving his whole life. But he had never thought once. Here is the truth most of us learn too late. Hard work alone doesn't save you. Hard work without thinking just wears you down slowly. The donkey wasn't poor because he was weak. He was poor because he never stopped long enough to ask, "Is there a better way?" The fox wasn't lucky. He was still enough to see what others were too busy to notice. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is stop walking. Sit down and think. If you've been carrying buckets your whole life,